Hi Al, Sorrel Nightingale here, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about bonding with your tarot decks. As y'all know, I have two tarot decks, as you saw in my new and improved Altar Tour, and they're right here. I have my Dragon Tarot deck, I'll set that right there, and my Goddess Tarot deck, and I love these decks. And there are many ways that you can bond with your decks. As you can see, I have made wraps for both of these decks, just because I felt like I owed it to them, and I wanted to do it, and I didn't feel like carrying them around in their boxes, but I do honor their boxes. Their boxes are right there, in a small shelf space that's kind of devoted to things like that I honor. And I personally bond with my decks. I carry them around with me. I sit here. I'll take out my Goddess deck and I'll chat to you as I do so. I got these decks. Now people say that you need to have your first deck gifted to you, and I don't think that is true. I think that is very old-timey and kind of bullshit, but if your first deck was gifted to you, then congratulations, because that's awesome. And I'm happy for you. But I bought both of these decks. I bought this one, my Goddess deck, recently. I bought it, this is the last one that I bought, and then this is the Dragon Tarot, was the first deck that I bought. Come on. She doesn't want to come out of her box. Come on. But yeah, I got them from different stores, different times, and both of them called to me. And I wasn't planning on even getting into tarot as a thing, but come on, there we go. Finally. Sorry. This deck called to me. And it's a very, very beautiful deck. This Dragon Tarot deck. They're both beautiful. But, like, look at the artwork. There's a disgusting glare, I'm so sorry. But, like, the artwork is gorgeous on them. And they're a great size, like, that's how big they are. My hands are kind of big, but it's a great first deck. And the way I bonded with this deck is I took it with me everywhere for a little while. And I just sat around, I shuffled through it, I slept with it in my bed. It was in its box at that time, just because I hadn't gotten around to making it a wrap yet. And I studied the Little Wet Book, and I just got very well acquainted with the different suits in this deck and the different cards and the artwork, and really bonded with it. Now, my Goddess deck, in my opinion, they couldn't be more different. Whereas this, I find, is a very sort of Halloween-y almost vibe, and like October, you feel that sort of like spookiness in the air. That's what I feel like this deck is, and that's very much my like witchy aesthetic. If you see a lot of my stuff, it's very like pumpkins, fall, Samhain, stuff like that. And this deck, I find, is very spring. It's very light and bright and beautiful and happy. Not that the other deck isn't beautiful, they're just beautiful in different ways. And this deck, I was out shopping. I was at a new store that I hadn't been to before, and I saw that they had tarot decks behind the counter, and I went up and I looked and I said, and I just felt that this deck was calling me. And I asked to see it, and I bought it. And I kind of did the same sort of bonding thing with it. I slept with it in my bed, I talked to it. And sometimes I feel like some witches who do tarot, they make it a very serious thing with like ritual and other stuff like that. And if that's your thing, again, if that's your thing, that's your thing, and it's what works for you. It's not what works for me. Sometimes I'll unpack my deck and I'll say, girl, what's the tea for today? And it'll spill the tea and it'll tell me what's going on. And I find that, sorry, that's really rude. I find that it's what works for you. If you are a witch of the old ways, like a very traditional witch, and that's how you do your tarot, that's how you do your tarot, and it works for you, and good for you. And if you're sort of neo, and you talk to your deck like a friend, like I do, good for you. It's coming up with ways that work for you, and I find that sitting down and just thinking and just holding it and letting your energies sort of get together and intertwine so that you're both sort of on the same page, so to speak, and studying the Little White Book, it gets you far in the world of tarot. I don't read tarot professionally. I do it for myself and for my friends and for people who ask for it, but I don't make money off of it. I just don't. Not that there's anything wrong with it, I just don't do it as a career. I mean, I work with horses, that's my career. But, yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about bonding with your tarot decks and, meditating with your tarot decks is another thing, is you can set your deck out, have it on your chest, or hold it in your hands as you're doing it. Putting charms and stuff on your wrappings. Like I have space here on the one for my goddess deck that I made. I sewed this. I can attach a charm to here, I can put loops in and attach charms to different spots. And draping it in things that mean a lot to you, I find really helps, because it helps it get acquainted with your energies a lot better. And I have an altar specifically for divination. I do my pendulum readings and my tarot readings on here, just because I found my main altar got way too crowded and I was trying to do tarot and all my other shit on that one space. So I expanded and have an altar specifically for divination and stuff like that now. So I just kind of wanted to do this video just because I really struggled a little. I struggled when I first started doing tarot with ways to bond with my deck and ways to sort of get on the same page. And don't, if you're new at it, don't get frustrated, because it can take a little bit to get used to, and it can take a little bit to get your shit together, so to speak. And that's fine, and don't feel bad if you don't get it right away or it doesn't work for you right away. Don't get frustrated, and just take a second, step back, go for a walk, have a tea, pet a dog, talk to your mom, you know, just chill and try again, because the more you practice at it, the better you're gonna get, and the more cards you'll memorize the meanings of, and the better things will be. So don't get ahead of yourself, don't doubt yourself, and that's basically it. Work with your strengths. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. Good health to you and yours. This is Sorrel Nightingale, signing off. Good night.